You will never return where you have left. These places will fade because of you.
Lower onto the ladder before your foes reach you. There are many rungs yet to see.
So let's talk about Ruiner, this tiny little TTRPG. I'll first talk a little bit about the system, how the game is played, then I will go into the philosophical part, which I love. I could just talk about that forever, but the system dialogues with the philosophy, so it's important to go over both. It's an A6 zine, it's a tiny little thing, has 16 pages, but it's full of content. There's tables, there's equipments, there's encounters, there's enemies, there's a whole adventure, like there's everything here. So let's go over it. Oh, and also it was created by Blark. That's how the creator goes by. You can find them on itch.io, but let's start. There is no art or any illustrations in this book, and I love this. The book is about the power of words, and choosing not to use any art is a great move. That's what caught my eye at first, a TTRPG without any illustrations. That's interesting. I feel that the art is so crucial to convey tone usually and help you understand the game, the universe, but this book manages to do it without using any images. So this review will be a little experiment. I will talk about the rules and the review without showing and mentioning any art, so I want you to try to imagine this world and this universe while I describe the system and the philosophy and go over the rules. Once that's done, at the end of the review, I will show you the images that inspired the author, and you let me know in the comments if they match the images that you created in your mind. Characters in Ruiner follow a very straightforward process. You have 3 abilities, the 3 Ps: precision, prowess, and presence. You have vigor, vigor is your health, and now is where Ruiner starts to get good. You need to choose your true name. In this world, your name is powerful. You roll 1d6 plus 3 for the number of letters in your true name, and you need to decide on a true name. And if people know your name, they can find you, they can chase you. It's like they can catch your scent almost. And I love this idea. Names in TTRPG usually don't mean much, right? You just go in the website, you go to the fantasy generator, and you're like, dwarf names, and you go and you're like, oh yeah, my name is Dumomi Flinthood, and it doesn't mean anything, you know? It's nice to see a mechanic tied to a name beyond just name generators. And then you have also in your character, you have equipment, who include little curios, who are magic items, and you also have anointments. There's a little list of anointments, and that's little abilities that you have that are special to your character. Ruiner has simple rules. It's a D20 roll under system with a little twist. It uses DV, difficult value. Let's say you have a presence 12 and the difficult value is 6. You need to roll between 6 and 12 for a success. It's a success sandwich, as I like to call. If the DV is higher than your stat, you must roll the exact DV. So let's say the DV is 15, but your prowess is only 12. Only a 15 will be a success. It's a great mechanic for quick resolutions, but I don't think it's the smoothest mechanic or the newest, but it's very functional, and this is not where the game shines, so it just helps the game. If you're ever in trouble, like you're gonna get harmed, you can resist by invoking your true name. It works like a resistance roll in Blades in the Dark. You roll 1d6 and you have to reveal that many letters of your name. So let's say your name is Cassius and you're about to get stabbed. You can roll to resist. You would roll, let's say, a d6 and you roll a 3, so you reveal 3 letters of your name. Let's say you reveal ASS. Now, according to the book, foes will smell you throughout the realm. So now enemies will smell S across the realm. But S aside, I think this is a super thematic way of resisting something. Your name is so powerful that just saying some letters might make the enemies scare and run away. Encounters work in a very straightforward way. You have 3 actions, foes usually have 2 actions, and if you fail an attack, they hit you back. If they fail an attack, you hit them back. It just keeps the game going forward fast, It's simple and it's clean. It's also great if you ever want to hack this into a solo game. It's pretty easy to do. Sorceries work in a really fun way. You just need to utter the word that you want to happen and you roll for presence, and if you succeed, that happens. Let's say you want to protect yourself, so you say armor. That's 2 syllables. 2 syllables become the DV. The amount of syllables is the difficulty to cast. So let's say you have a presence 12 and you said armor, that's 2 syllables. Your DV is between 12 and 2, the success sandwich that you need to roll. And also if you want to cause harm, you say a word, let's say you say fire, that's 1 syllable, you will cause 2d6 plus 1 per syllable, so 2d6 plus 1 with fire. And also, whatever you utter, the amount of syllables drains from your vigor, from your HP. So in the case of armor, it will drain 2 from your vigor. In the case of fire, it will drain 1. This is what I love about small form games. They don't try to be everything. They don't need endless lore and rules. They lock into one idea and really let you explore it. Here is all about name, memory, and desolation. Those things matter. That way it only works because the scope is so tight. These are the Ruiners, this is their story. We are not building a big sandbox where you can be anything. We are telling one sharp, focused tale. And the rules are there just to serve that. That's what makes it so cool. So let's talk about the philosophy of this game and how to explore this universe. And to do that, let's get some better lighting here, more Ruiners vibes. There we go. So yeah, this might be my favorite part of the book and the most philosophical one. The book says right in the back, where you arrive, you will not return. And they are talking about rungs. Rungs are different realms that you can inhabit. And to explain what a rung is, I'll get a special guest to do a read.
A rung is place and time melded, a patch of quasi-natural matter squeezed together where forms of mock life experience sensations after the dissolution of the last collective consciousness.
So rungs are strange realms. You can enter once, but you can never return. Entities created them, you can cross them, but when you leave, the rung withers and dies. If you explore a rung fully, you can absorb its light to improve yourself, basically leveling up. But if you absorb its light or not, it doesn't matter. The rung will die. Its light disappears. All will end because of you. Its inhabitants flee if they can, and the place is forever gone. This book is almost a reflection on old school RPGs and the idea of murder hobos. How many times a party made a village worse than they found? In this game, the name Ruiner is literal. What if just stepping foot in a place meant the beginning of its end? The book says you will never return where you have left. The places will fade because of you. Rungs are full of valuable and powerful items. Is your greed so big you will ruin an entire realm just for leveling up and hoarding? That's the questions the Ruiner poses. You could do nothing, stay in one rung, find a nice house and just refuse to keep sinking and exploring and just give up all your ambitions, but will you? Will you rest knowing that there's infinite universes out there to explore? There's an adventure at the end, it's called The Chain Absolute. It's a whole rung to explore, a little point crawl. And let me get someone to read you the description of it.
This rung is fettered lengths of god intestines, tying together chambers brimming with light.
They also have foes. I'll get someone to read you a foe too.
2 desiccated bodies tugging a single weapon. Death cannot halt their grudge.
This is a hard game to run if you don't set the team well, if people don't get the vibe. And you need to be prepared to answer a lot of questions about motivations. Questions that I don't really know how to answer, like who are you? Why are we descending these rungs? If I go, why does the rung get destroyed when I leave? Who is hunting me and why? That's all part of the game. I think the more you accept the rules as they are, the easier the game will flow. But also questioning these things has its merit. It could be a goal. I love the idea of this game and the weird and strange places it makes me go and think. I read this interview with the author who goes by Blark. They mentioned the art that inspired them, the painters.
Zdzisław Beksiński.
Even though the book has no art, I really got that vibe. It's kind of amazing how powerful just words can be. Now let's do our experiment. Let me show some of these paintings, and I want you to think how you saw these rungs before in your mind and how you see them now after seeing these pictures. Is that the same place you had in mind? And if not, does this change how you see these ruiners now? Imagine these are the places, the rungs you are visiting. You notice how strange, how otherworldly, and how nightmarish these environments feel. Does that change things now when you hold these images in your mind? And ask yourself, are you a ruiner of these realms? Or were these realms already ruined before you came? Are you being benevolent maybe, ending this nightmare? Or are these places being judged by your own ideals, your own conception of what is right and what is beautiful? There is a quote of the painter of these images, who says, "Reality exists somewhere, but we translate it into our own language. We only see illusions." We are conditioned to believe in certain ideas of beauty and righteousness, and I think images like that push us to question what those ideas really mean. The same goes for Ruiner. This game invites you to rethink those assumptions. That's another layer that this tiny A6 zine brings. By not including any art, it opens up space in your mind for interpretation. Any art you place next to it suddenly changes how you see the world inside. If you imagine a beautiful fantasy realm with halflings singing and dancing in a tavern, maybe you are a monster for ruining it. But if you picture a Bechinsky painting, are you still a monster for ending that place? That's the question. In the end, it's up to you to decide if the world is worth ruining. Thank you so much for watching this review. We can get out of the ruiner lights now. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like the video, and follow us on Patreon. It's totally free to follow us on Patreon. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We will have more reviews of little zines on our cozy corner soon.